And a very good morning to you. It is Monday morning, the 3rd of January, the year 2022. And this is your friend Angus Buchan with a thought for the day. Just one verse, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 17. The Lord says, pray without ceasing. For this year, and indeed for every year, it must become part of our very lives. Just like you put on your clothes every morning when you get up, you should be praying. We have to become a praying people. What was Jesus doing at the most critical time in his life when he was in the Garden of Gethsemane? He was praying, not running, not making a plan, but praying. Prayer was the focal part of Jesus' life and still remains so to this very day. In fact, he is interceding in heaven right now on your behalf and my behalf. If we look at Luke chapter 22 and verse 40, Jesus said to the disciples, pray that you may not enter into temptation. Remember when the 5,000 people had nothing to eat and the disciples came to the Lord and said, what must we do? The Lord prayed over 2 small fish and 5 barley loaves of bread and fed 5,000 men. And that's not even numbering the women and the children that were there. Matthew chapter 14 and verse 17. I looked up the Oxford Dictionary to find out the definition of the word prayer. And this is what it says: a solemn request for help or expression of thanks addressed to God. That's what prayer is. You know, I remember praying as a brand new Christian. I prayed because I was in a crisis situation. We had a fire on our farm. There was a huge wind blowing, and the fire was about to jump into the neighbor's pine plantation. It would have meant absolute disaster and destruction for me and my young family. The wind was blowing furiously. My neighbors were trying to help me hold the fire from jumping. Eventually, they had to go because they had to pay their staff. It was the end of the month. I got on my knees in front of everybody in the dust, and I prayed because I didn't know what else to do. And I can tell you now, God is my witness, the wind from the north dropped, a cool south wind came up from the south, and gentle rain fell on that fire and put the fire out. This year, let's you and I become a praying people. Remember the old adage, when men work, they work, but when men pray, God works. God bless you and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.